Hey everybody, I'm Lish.
And I'm D.
And this is Allow It.
Welcome back everyone. I hope you guys have had a great week. Mine has been pretty good. How's yours?
It's been good. It's gone by
fairly
really
quickly.
quick, actually. Yeah.
Fairly quickly.
Yeah.
Mine has been super enlightening, shall I say. I've kind of tried to reset this week after a summer of debauchery.
Of course. Summer of filth.
Summer of filth and debauchery. I've been trying to reset, which I did. So I needed to get rid of everything and anything that was in my system. I was stuck on a trigger warning. This is for people. Actually, I have to put a trigger warning because I'm not advocating for people not to eat.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
For anyone with
we're talking
EDs.
about detoxes.
We're talking about detox.
Detoxing
exactly.
the
So
body.
I was on a fast. I was on a 24 fast, which means you fast for 20 hours and you eat within a 4-hour window. And that was interesting.
Yeah, I only lasted 3 days.
You at least started with me.
I started and I finished before her.
So you did. We did day 1 together.
We did.
All good.
Yes,
day 2, you were suffering. I remember.
Day 3, I said, wow.
You said juices.
I said it's a wow. It's been very real. Very, very real.
Exactly.
But I'm good.
Yeah, you're good.
Yes.
You know, maybe the 3 days is all you needed.
I said I'm good, love, and joy.
Yeah, exactly. I'm currently on day 6. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to start working out again this week.
Yeah.
So I'm going to bring back that to the table. It helps with things like just routine, getting back into the school run mode, work mode, all
it's
of that
like
stuff. It just
the new year all over again. Everything is...
It's like January for moms.
Yeah. No, that's actually
it's
true.
New Year's for moms because we literally have to reset everything. All our schedules, all of our routines completely change again. And especially since our kids are going into an actual new year group as well.
Yeah.
And our younger children are starting nursery.
Yes.
So,
that started this week too.
Exactly.
That's another odd thing for me to kind of put into my routine.
How's it going so far? Did you shed a tear when you dropped him off?
Absolutely not. No.
I love you, Leo.
Yeah.
Ignore her.
No, I did not. He didn't even look back.
Oh, of course he didn't. I shed a tear, if that helps.
He said, deuces. He didn't.
I'm sure he didn't
even
look
turn
back.
to look back. I was just like, wow, okay.
I definitely shed a thug tear on my way to work. When I saw that picture and I said, oh my God, my baby is going to nursery.
He is going to nursery.
My baby's going to nursery. And that backpack was so big
on
him.
The backpack.
I know, he's so cute.
I have to tell everybody, the backpack's actually really small.
Yeah, it is actually. But in the picture, it looks like it's humongous.
It's like the same size as him. But such a small backpack. But yeah.
Well done to Liam for his first week.
Yeah. He did really, really well this week.
That's good.
You know, I'm looking for anybody out there looking for a job to do school runs. If you live in Kensington and Chelsea, holla at me.
Serious inquiries.
No pedos, no sex offenders. Make sure you got a DBS situation. Yes.
No DBS, no
holla.
DBS.
Yeah, no.
No alcoholics, no vapors.
Yes, no.
No
None of
crackheads.
that. No, none of that. But yeah, serious inquiries only.
DM us.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been it's been good actually. The boys have gone back to the childminder as well twice a week. So it was actually really weird for me to genuinely have an empty house that hasn't happened in so long. And by empty, like even the father of my children wasn't there.
Nobody,
nobody was there. But yeah, it's good. It brings balance to everyone. I think everyone needs that. Everyone needs that space.
Yeah.
Everybody go and do what you need to do in life, and we reconvene in the evenings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
exactly.
100% necessary.
Reconvene in the evenings, and work has been working. Actually, has been quite busy. as well, which is
same, and it's only gonna get busier.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna listen to that podcast. I think I sent it to you. Maybe I don't know if any of you guys have listened to it, but it's one half of the receipts was on a podcast on Apple Podcast. I think
what
it's
is it called? Mother's Talk.
Mother's Talk or something. I think she discusses working and mothering at the same time and how sort of exhausting it can be. But although, because she's in the media, she has to give obviously a certain look and always be put together and be that half of basically of the receipts constantly. But then also being a mother, a wife, and everything else. I really want to listen to it, but I don't have I need to get Apple Music. Apple Podcast?
Yeah. I think it's automatically on your phone already.
I didn't know this.
Yes.
Okay then.
Yeah.
I most probably deleted it.
Oh, probably.
Because I'm OCD with the apps on my phone. I most probably deleted it.
I want to be like me. I got like 100 apps that I don't use. I need to do it.
I need a good tidy up every so often.
Yeah, I thought I was going to do that on the flight, but... yeah, that didn't happen.
Of course.
Definitely need a good clear out.
Exactly. I like the fact that we're both in, I guess, smart casual, according to us.
Yes, yeah.
Our version. Yeah, our version of smart casual.
Yeah.
So I'm wearing this shirt from Zara that I got years ago. And these like balloon trousers from Zara as well. Super comfortable. The key today was anything I didn't have to iron.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't be bothered.
I want to get a steamer.
I've put one in my bag and I still haven't managed to actually buy it. It's in my bag and it's just sitting there.
So my partner used one at one of the hotels that we were staying at to steam.
Wait, hold up. That's the first time you've ever said my partner.
Well, whatever. I wanted to
your partner in life, your bae, your man.
I wanted to stop myself from saying something else. So I was like, let me just say what I could say first.
Okay, go on.
The Uniqlo summer dress that we bought.
Yes.
So that gets really wrinkled.
Oh, it does. I've noticed. But when I'm wearing it, it's fine. It's
fine, yeah.
It's just...
But it was after you wash it.
Yeah, exactly.
So it was super wrinkled. And the hotel we were at didn't have an iron, but it had a steamer.
Okay.
And that steamer was
bomb.
I was like, wow, I actually need one of those.
There's some really good steamers out there. I think there's even Dyson ones and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I need to get myself a steamer to
Christmas list.
Christmas list, indeed.
Yes.
Hint. Hint on the Christmas list. But yeah, that's what we're wearing today. And I gave my reason is because I just wanted comfort and I couldn't be bothered to iron.
Yeah.
So, but you made the effort of ironing that.
I had to iron this shirt, which is also from Zara.
I've got that shirt too. It's funny.
I think maybe I got it because you had it.
Yeah, most likely. Yeah. You know what's crazy? The fact, I talk about this all the time, but it is genuinely like, at this point it's magic. Or there's something there.
It's weird.
Because it is weird that we have almost 70% of the same wardrobe. But we never
end up wearing the same thing.
Ever, never in the entirety of our 10-year friendship.
That's very true.
It's actually crazy to me. No matter where we turn up, even if we haven't spoken about it either. Yeah, because last week you messaged me just in case.
I did.
And I was definitely not going to wear it.
Yes. Yeah. But I was just like, I don't know. I don't know when the last time you wore it was. I didn't know. So I was just like,
remember. Oh, no. I thought I was
maybe say, it was Jay's party, right?
It was Jay's party. I was going to wear it to somewhere else, but I forgot where I was going to wear it.
Maybe your concert.
Oh, yes, I was going to wear it to the Kirk Franklin concert, but I ended up wearing like a CrossFit instead or something like that.
I saw your little weekend.
Yes, my little weekend recap.
What I wore in 4 days. That little recap.
I need to do one this week, actually. I'll do one when I get home so that I don't forget, because my son keeps on saying, Mummy, are we going to do that thing?
Oh, I love that.
Exactly. So it's basically what I wore this weekend and Monday.
Oh, yes.
just to put a twist on it. So what's happening in the world at the moment? A lot of crazy stuff is happening in the world.
A lot of crazy stuff, yes.
The moment. What we're going to talk about is most probably sometimes, possibly, might trigger some people and their experiences or their trauma or whatever it may be. So just give you a heads up if you are easily triggered by some of these subjects, especially violence against women or abuse against women, please, you can just clock out at this point. First of all, I was going to speak about the woman who describes horror of learning her husband drugged her so others could rape her. So I'm going to give a brief startup. So there's a French woman who was raped by unknown men over 10 years, being drugged to sleep by her husband, told a court of her horror at learning how she had been abused. Giselle, who is 72, was giving evidence on day 3 of the trial in the southeast of France. 51 men, including her husband of 50 years, Dominique, are all accused of rape. He admitted that to police that he got satisfaction from watching other men have sex with his unconscious wife, and many defendants in the case contest the rape charge against them, claiming that they thought that they were taking part in a consensual sex game. But Giselle told the court that she was never complicit in the sexual acts and had never pretended to be asleep. Out of all of this has come out the fact that, unfortunately, she ended up contracting 4 sexually transmitted diseases. And one of the men actually was invited by her husband to come and rape her over 6 times. And he was HIV positive. And luckily, none of the 4 that she has is HIV.
Okay.
Yeah. Not that it's any less.
Yeah.
Because HIV at the moment is treatable, it's manageable. So
it's just it's mind-boggling because I read the article. I saw where the husband was like, protection is not needed.
Yeah.
It's just like, but that's your wife, and I'm so confused as to where is the logic that you thought that was okay. And then the court trying to say that she shouldn't say rape.
Exactly. She should say sex scheme. This is how you know that women are literally the joke of the world. Because the fact that the judge is saying that it shouldn't be said rape at this moment because it's until they're proven guilty. Whereas there's literal physical evidence. There is videotapes of these men. They can specifically see their faces. This man, her husband, went to great lengths to make sure that she didn't wake up after being drugged, telling them that they needed to take off their clothes in the kitchen. They needed to warm up their hands with warm water so that she didn't feel the cold hands. All of these things. He went to great lengths. And some of these men, especially one of them, was actually her neighbor. So can you imagine? She was waking up every morning or whatever it may be, seeing this neighbor. He was saying good morning like nothing ever happened. And they insist that they thought that it was consensual. It's mind-blowing.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
It's crazy, crazy times. And the fact that if only she hadn't come out, thankfully she's such a strong warrior because she's obviously come out in the media and said that she doesn't want to be hidden. She wants to be seen and to represent women basically that are possibly have gone through the same thing or have had any sexual assault or anything like that happen to them. So she's making sure that people know that there is strength in coming forward.
Yeah.
It's not a weakness. It's genuinely a strength. And that honestly, that woman, I don't know the strength that she has. Her daughter is backing her, all the way, of course.
Can you imagine your father doing that to your mother?
The world that we live in, all for sexual gratification.
And what's sad about it is that I'm sure there's plenty of other people going through the same thing.
And they are not drugged.
Yeah.
There's actually some women that are going through the same thing, but because someone is their husband or their partner or their boyfriend, think that it's okay that they can be put in such predicaments, and that's not the case. That's not
No,
the case
and
at
your
all.
husband, who's supposed to
Of
honor and
course,
protect you.
the only thing he was protecting was his dick. Is actually vile.
No money, no,
No,
like what? It's just
nothing.
like what?
He would say, no, you don't have to. There was no money exchanged. You don't have to pay. Just free fall, like she's a piece of meat. And the fact that he did it in the span of over 10 years. And then what made him stop? I was thinking he just got to a point where he's just like, I'm bored now. Let me find something else to do, which he did.
Oh,
Then he
the
started
skirts,
taking the
yeah.
pictures of women's knickers under their skirts and everything. And that's how he ended up getting caught. So he genuinely just got bored of what he was doing and moved on to do something else. And it's not because that she was, getting older or none of that. He's just
pervert.
yeah, he's just an
How old is he?
absolute pervert. He's 70.
70, yeah.
And she's 72. So just awful, awful, awful behavior.
Weird.
Just awful, awful behavior. On that note, we might as well jump into the same situation, which is men being women being victims of men. And some people already, they're going to go in the comments and they're going to say not all men, but there is men and they are men who are doing this. The runner from Uganda, Rebecca, who ended up being doused with petrol by her boyfriend over a piece of land.
It was over a piece of
that
land.
That she bought, by the way. She bought a piece of land, I think with the intention of bringing her family over. So like building.
She was in Kenya, right?
So she was living in Kenya because that's where the training grounds are. That's where the best training team is for the marathon runners. So that's where she was based with her two daughters, 113, 114. May her soul rest in peace. And I hope those babies are looked after by someone after this, because that man just took their mother away from
for a piece
them.
Of land.
And he was an ex-boyfriend, not even a current boyfriend. They're not even together. So why are you even there, sir? And the fact that he's in hospital at the moment but not detained.
Why is he in the hospital?
Because he got burned too, the idiot. Of course, when he doused, some of the petrol went on him.
Oh my god.
And when he sparked it, obviously sparks
so is he also the one that called the...
I think it was the...
Okay.
I think it was like, I don't know, the other people, the neighbours and people like that saw her burning because, she was running away, bless her. And that must be the worst. If there is a way to die, that must be the worst way to die.
Yeah, I would say...
80% of her body. Oof. Charred. And he's there, still alive, apparently, and well, recovering well in the hospital, but he's not currently detained.
And another thing with that too as well, in the media, they keep on saying, "Oh, she passed away," but she was murdered.
She was murdered. She didn't pass away.
Yeah.
There's one thing that's, I don't know if I should say this. I guess it's kind of giving me the ick, but it seems like they're not finding any other pictures of her being a mother, being a sister, being something else besides doing her job.
Yeah.
She was more than just a runner.
Yeah.
She was someone's mother, she was someone's sister, she was someone's friend. If they were to possibly just find another image of her where she was lying in her femininity, that would be, that would be also amazing to just honor her instead of the runner who passed away. No.
She was murdered.
Yeah.
And for her dad to have to put a statement out there saying that he hopes that person will be brought to justice, just proves how broken the system is.
Of course.
Everywhere.
Because he most probably knows if it wasn't for what she does, or if it wasn't for the outside media, he most probably will just be
Yeah.
set free. He'll say, "Oh, I was burned too. She started the fire," something along those lines, because they'll always find excuses for something.
Of course.
So yeah, violence against women is not stopping anytime soon. It hasn't gotten better. It's in fact only getting worse.
Yeah, it's at an all-time high at the
sure
moment.
is an all-time high, and I can't I really can't put my finger on it. These people are just really sick in the head. Yeah.
It's just, it's very worrying. It's troubling. I think it's sad, especially me as a parent to a daughter. I think, people need to teach their kids better. It starts at a young age, and it starts from home.
And it starts from the things that they see, the things that they do, the things that you allow. Yeah. It starts from there for sure. So rest in peace to Rebecca, and I hope also the lady in France finds some healing and peace by coming out with the information that she's come out about her husband, and I hope he rots in jail.
Yeah. That's disgusting.
It's very sad. And do you have an allow it for us this week?
I do, actually.
Go ahead.
I do have an allow it with the advice. So, my partner and I have been together for 7 years.
7-year itch.
Oh yeah,
Go
7-year itch indeed. Okay. He has a 10-year-old son from a previous relationship, and together we have a 2-year-old. We have shared custody of his 10-year-old, but the 10-year-old's mom doesn't do the bare minimum, so we're left with everything.
Okay.
Basically, we have to do everything ourselves.
Yeah.
I was off on maternity leave and a few extra months, so I had my stepson during all of his half-term sicknesses. I sort out his school uniform, appointments, school things, such as that, non-uniform. I've got to the point that I've had enough. I'm sick of being the one that constantly has to do everything. The one who has to tell my stepson to make a drink because he can't be asked to, as he's even admitted as much as despite him needing to go to the hospital due to a very bad nosebleed and him passing out, he just doesn't want to do anything, the basic things that someone his age should know how to do. I'm expected to look after him whilst my partner works, and I'm the one who had to sort out where my stepson would be going when I got a new job. We've managed to put our 2-year-old in daycare once a week due to funding, but I can't even boost my hours at work because he won't take him to work with him despite being self-employed. We've had 2 weeks with him being at his mom's because of the holiday and how it landed schedule-wise. And to be honest, it's been very peaceful. Not having to tell him to do basic stuff, not having to tell him to stop snatching toys from his brother, or just being mean to him altogether. I'm getting to the point where I don't want to be a family anymore. I don't even feel like one. I keep trying to step back, but all I get is crap for doing so. I'm so close to leaving. I'm just getting so resentful towards my stepson, and I know not all of it is his fault, but I just feel like, why should I be looking after a child that isn't mine when I don't even get the support back? Any advice, ladies?
Oh dear, that's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah.
First of all, young man, drink your water, so you can stop having nosebleeds.
Is that what it is? Is it lack of water?
Stay hydrated. He's over here saying he's not doing the bare minimum. I'm sick of having to tell him to make a drink.
Oh my God.
Drink your water, sir.
That's true. Like, why can't you
dehydrated.
make your own water?
It's so
why
dumb.
can't you make your own drink? Or,
That's ridiculous.
why am I getting a
First
10-year-old?
of all, with me, you're going to be thirsty. I tell you that now. You're going to sit there just thirsting because I ain't making you a drink, sir.
Well, he knows where the vibes are at because obviously he doesn't want to be at his mom's.
Of course, he knows.
Yeah.
He knows where the vibes are at. He said
knows
this
where the vibes
this
are
woman
at.
is out here. She's calling out work for me. She's supporting me the whole entire time. Even my daddy don't want me.
Hello?
He said, I'm not taking that. I'm not taking that rugrat to work. You stay with it.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
He said, "Who do you think I am? The father?"
Yeah. That's our kid.
Sort it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sort it out. You're the main caregiver here.
Yeah. Wild.
My baby mama don't need to do nothing.
Wild.
She just needs to live her life. She gave me this child for us.
Hello, basically. And now you've gotten a taste of what it's like.
Exactly.
For that child not to be in the house anymore.
I understand that. My advice would be, first of all, she didn't say my husband.
No, she said my partner. However, in this country, it's a bit. I don't know.
Weird.
Yeah,
I understand that.
I don't feel like a lot of people say husband. Even though they're married,
true, actually,
they still say partner.
Yeah, they still say partner. 7 years is a long time to be with someone. And 7-year itch is very real. And also after having a child who's only still 2 and trying to navigate all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And then dealing with a +1 and a partner that's not supportive of the +1.
Yeah.
Then you've got problems. My advice, which people wouldn't recommend, is to abandon ship. Not to abandon the actual ship, but to abandon everything in the home. Stop cleaning. Stop cooking. No, not to leave.
Yeah, no.
Stop cooking. Stop cleaning. Stop doing anything except for the stuff you need to do for yourself and your child. Stop everything. Put the tools down.
Not put the tools
Put the tools down. Let the rugrat go to school with a dirty uniform. Let the dad not eat when he comes back from work. Let the house be dusty. Let the roaches come and eat the food.
Oh, hell no. Absolutely not.
Abandon everything. Because sometimes people don't appreciate what they have because what they have continues to do regardless of whether it's reciprocated or not. So therefore, sometimes you have to go with these extreme measures because you've spoken to him about supporting and he just hasn't. When he realizes one day that everything is not being done because you said, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done with everything that I do for the both of you. And you have to put in the effort for yourself and for your son. And of course, for my mental health and the child's the 2-year-old's mental health too, because the 2-year-old is going through it. The toys are being snatched.
Yeah, the
toys are being snatched from him. He's just trying to live his life.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, every single toy, every single Paw Patrol is being taken away. He's over it.
He's confused.
Yeah.
I would say
he's over it.
I would say abandon ship.
Abandon ship.
Abandon ship. I feel like it doesn't have to be a permanent thing. Mm-hmm. I just feel like it's hard to abandon everything in the house.
It is hard.
Especially if you're living there.
It can be done.
It can be done, but it's also very hard because
that's true.
Especially it's even more hard if your partner is like, fuck it. Like,
yeah.
that doesn't bother me.
If it's dirty, let it be dirty.
Exactly.
If the kid's uniform is dirty, let it be dirty.
Some men,
if he ain't got no uniform, some men couldn't care less. Like you said, I'm not taking him to work with me.
Unless your man has OCD and he doesn't sound like he does, I feel like you abandoning your tasks in the house is not gonna work. No. I feel like if you have a family member,
he sounds like he's gonna get a cleanup.
Exactly.
You abandon everything. He's like, no problem. I'll just get someone to come and spruce up the place once a week.
Yeah, no. I would say if you don't want to leave the relationship in its entirety, because for me, I'm assuming you want to leave the relationship because you are sick and tired of the dynamic with your stepchild, because you didn't mention anything really about your any underlying issues that you have with your partner, except for the fact that he's put all of his child's
Parental responsibility.
weight on you. So I would say if you have a family member or a bestie or someone where you could, crash for a week.
Just to shake things up.
Like, just
see what happens. He might not care. And if he doesn't care, that's how you know.
Exactly. He may move somebody new into
exactly.
And then if that's the case.
Take care of him.
Yes, if that's the case. Thank you. If that's the case, then that's not your person.
Exactly. That's
right?
not your person.
That's
indeed.
not your person.
Yeah. You're his personal PA.
Exactly.
Yeah. You're basically his PA at this point because he just wants you to do stuff for him.
Exactly.
And not necessarily anything else.
If it works out in the other way where he's like, oh my gosh, like, what happened? Why did you leave with my son?
Mm-hmm.
What can we do? Let's talk about this.
Let's work it out.
Yeah, let's work it out. That's, as she said, maybe in the comments they'll eat us up saying, what kind of fucked up advice is this? But
I don't care.
I would say shake things up.
Shake things up.
Let him know you mean business.
Exactly.
Okay? Had enough of this shit. I'm tired.
You're an idiot.
Just going back to work to deal with this shit.
Sick of your shit. Just... Exactly. Or start making the same meal every day.
Exactly. I think I'm a firm believer in that everybody needs a break sometimes from your partner, from whatever is happening in your life. So maybe it's just a break that's saying. Needed. A break is needed.
Somewhere, somehow.
Somewhere, somehow.
Yeah, for sure.
Because to me it sounds like you haven't had a break in 7 years.
And these
because I mean, I want to assume for a good 5 years she was stepmom before even having a child.
Having her kids, for sure. She needs time out.
Yeah, you need a break.
Needs time out. She needs an outie out.
Exactly.
Bye, guys.
Yeah. See you later.
Yeah, see how they do for a week.
Exactly.
We'll see about that.
Take your child with you. Yeah. If you want to spice it up, leave the 2-year-old too.
Leave everybody.
Leave
Pack
the
2-year-old
too.
Put everything into your Rain's backpack.
And run, girl. Don't look back. No.
There's plenty of fish in the sea.
Yo.
That's just one more baby daddy on the pan.
Oh my God.
Listen to us, but don't listen to us. Because we're very unserious people. But that's all we can give you. But on a serious note, put you first.
Put you first, indeed.
Exactly, put you first. What are you listening to? What are you watching this week, Lish?
Oh, yesterday I finished it in one day.
Oh my goodness!
It's a short series.
Okay.
I think it was like 6 episodes. Not me crying. Deanna's a fool. Jeez.
Not the fool. You're the one who started.
No, well, people aren't gonna ask us questions.
Now
anymore.
You got the giggles. They will still ask because they know there's some truth underlying in what we're saying. There's plenty more baby daddies there to come. I swear.
Called The Perfect Couple.
Okay.
It's like. It was probably based on a novel. It's like what is it? A murder drama series, like a whodunit.
Oh, right. Okay, and it's on the big Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah,
I guess it was recently added.
Okay, did you find out who done it?
The question is, who is in it? I always get Nicole Kidman and Gwyneth Paltrow confused.
Really?
I do. Not that they look alike.
Yeah, Nicole is the ginger, right?
It could be Nicole, and I think it is Nicole.
Nicole's the ginger. And Gwyneth is the blonde.
Yeah, but in the show, the lady was blonde. That's why I was a bit confused.
Unless she was wearing a wig.
Nicole Kidman. Nicole is ginger, right? Or is Nicole
Nicole
is ginger.
Yeah.
And Gwyneth is blonde.
Yes.
But in the series, Nicole is blonde.
Okay,
That's
so
why I was
so that's
confused.
probably a wig.
Yeah, it's a wig, but that's why I was confused.
Okay.
I was like, is that Nicole or is
Yeah.
that Gwyneth?
Like they say, they all look the same anyway. This is stemming from a deep dark place.
This is a deep dark place.
Because someone I work with on what is it on Tuesday? Sorry, sidetrack. On Tuesday, I was with my fellow colleague who's black,
Okay.
and whose name also starts with a D.
Okay.
If I tell you the whole entire time, that man was calling that poor woman Dion.
Oh, damn.
The whole entire time, and I kept on looking at him and saying her name. Right,
And it went
still,
over his head.
he said you all look the same.
You guys all look alike.
Yeah, it is what it is. Both
Damn.
D's.
Well, I guess the feelings are mutual.
Exactly, over here. Ginger blonde.
The feelings are mutual. Yeah, so I watched The Perfect Couple in
So
in
give
the
us a
end.
bit of a storyline.
there's
Without spilling everything.
Okay, there's supposed to be a wedding.
Okay.
The wedding never happens.
Right.
Because the morning of the wedding, somebody's found dead in the ocean.
Oh, God.
Who done it? And you'll never believe who did it.
Oh.
It's so many twists and turns where
It's
I
got
had
people thinking?
yeah.
I don't know if I want to think.
I had
but
to
yeah.
be on the. I was on the edge of my seat. I was like the police. It was funny.
Like the police.
It's a bit like there's some comedy in there as well. By the way, I don't know. It's funny.
Not being you a CID.
But yeah. You know, as soon as they were close to thinking that they knew who did it,
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, okay, this makes sense. And then it was like, no,
No, that's not
that's
the
not
person
who did it.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
So,
The Perfect
yeah,
Couple.
The Perfect Couple. Watch
Okay,
it.
then,
You
cool.
could finish it in one day.
Yeah.
It's really, it's
All right,
good.
then I'll get on it
Yeah.
for the rest of whatever is left of
I
my
thi-
weekend.
I think it's lighthearted after watching My Worst Ex.
Oh yes, you told me about
Yeah.
My Worst Ex. And that was heavy stuff, right? They were doing
Again,
all sorts.
violence against women,
typical.
but not just women, because
Yeah.
there's one man in there too.
Okay, who went through it?
He went through it, a custody battle. Yeah,
Oh,
he went through it with the mother-in-law and the ex. So
Goodness. I also
yeah.
am watching. Well, I'm binge watching because it's like he's got years of these. So it's like a YouTube podcast, but a visual one. Really, so it's called Just Thought Lounge, and I just randomly discovered it because I'm into this true crime documentaries, and it's this guy who hosts it, and he's got over ridiculous amount of subscribers. So the one I watched most recently, because he's got different ones every time, I really like it because the ones that he has is like cut into 20-30 minutes. I don't have time to be doing. Sometimes I can't be bothered to watch the long. I just want to find out who done it. Yeah, like you said. I just want to find out, and I want to find out if maybe the body was found, wasn't found, blah blah blah, blah whatever it may be. So I watched one recently where there was a teenage girl and her teenage love or whatever. What is it called? High school sweetheart type situation. They ended up getting pregnant. Long story short, she kept it. They were together for about 2 years afterwards, but then they soon afterwards broke up because they're young love.
Yeah.
The family of the guy were insisting that they wanted custody of the child, and she was like, no, it's not going to happen. So she insisted that she's not going to give them custody. And they got to a point where the family of the guy then said, okay, fine, we're just going to kill her. They plotted, the whole family. So the father, the mother, the brother,
Oh my
the
God.
2 grandmothers, and I think an uncle or something like that. They all came together, and it took them maybe about a year to plan out these murders. So they wanted to kill her, the mother of the child, her boyfriend. And then halfway through the plot, they decided actually she's got brothers, a father and an uncle that are gonna come for us if she dies. So we need to kill them too. So they added them to the list. Then they said, oh, but then if the mother survives, she'll end up taking custody of the child. So they added the mother to the list too. they were gonna add a brother that was in uni or something like that, that they knew that he was coming. They said, oh, because he's got an out of town job. We need to add him to the list because he might get custody too. In the end, Leash, they wiped out the whole family.
No way.
Every single one of them, including the grandmother who wasn't even supposed to be there to begin with. So they wiped out the whole family. And the grandma of the other side, or the baby daddy side, they were plotting too, just for this grandchild. They're the ones that did all of the fake documents to say that they were going to get custody after everyone had died in that family. It was so, like, it was crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. They've all been convicted, thankfully, except for the father. I think the trial started in 2023. I think it's still ongoing. I'm not so sure if he's actually gotten his sentence yet. But the baby daddy ended up getting life in prison for all of the killings. The mother of the baby daddy ended up getting 30 years, no parole. The two grandmothers, one was just set free because she pleaded, I'm old and I didn't know what I was doing. The other grandmother got just under a year, I believe, for what is it called, conspiracy, whatever it may be. And then the brother said, I wasn't there, I didn't know nothing about it, I was asleep. So, sir, he ended up getting life too. And then the father of the baby daddy, is the only one that is still going through trial. But they wiped out the whole entire family.
For the child.
And can you imagine now that child, does that child have now? Nobody. It's crazy because they were all wiped out.
Nah,
it's wild stuff. Wild stuff. Anyway, anyone who knows me, I love that true crime stuff. It keeps my mind going.
Which is psychotic.
It is psychotic.
I don't understand.
It keeps my mind going. It also makes my discernment really
Vigilant?
really, yeah, it keeps me vigilant. It makes me have discernment for certain situations because you just can't trust nobody and stuff like that.
Crazy? On another note,
yeah,
I read a article. It ended sad though, about one of these true crime. Was he a producer or I think he was a producer. So he worked on a lot of these true crime like series and stuff like that. And he spoke about that how some of the families did not like retelling the stories, like how hard it was for them. But obviously once you agree to do it, there's a lot
That's
of
it. Yeah.
He's like the production studios or houses put a lot of pressure on them or whatnot. But during COVID, or like right after the first kind of phase of the pandemic, a lot of these people had to work like extra hard to
find these stories.
Yeah, not even to find the stories, but to film them and things like that. And he said it got to a point where mentally he was looking back on all of the work that he's done in the past, and it had like a real big negative effect on him.
Of course it would. Yeah.
How
could it not?
Yeah, where he unfortunately ended up kind of losing his mind mentally.
Oh, damn.
Just had a baby and everything, but he's been doing this true crime work for 20 plus years.
Jeez. That's why they say sometimes, like, you know, it's like people that are in the military and stuff, and they go to war and they come back and they've got PTSD.
Yeah.
So he's living with PTSD basically.
Yeah.
But
unfortunately, he
unalived himself.
Yeah. He couldn't take it
and
anymore.
it's highly likely as well that it's so unfortunate that people who are put into places with working in these type of scenarios, they don't do a psych eval on them.
Yeah.
You know, these are sometimes
he was
people
going.
that
He was actually going.
have their own stuff.
He was going to the doctors and stuff. He was here from the UK. He was going to the doctors because he was having all of these ailments, and his mom was really, really pushing like for the NHS to get him a mental evaluation and things like that. But they kept on
stalling, saying he's all
like,
right.
He's gonna be okay. He's gonna be okay. He's on the list. And she was like, mother's intuition. The day up, she felt like
There was something
and
going
she
on.
was pushing like, okay, he needs to have an appointment. He needs to have an appointment, but by then it was too late.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah.
That's very, very sad.
So
Very, very sad.
it is sad.
Nothing on the news but the blues.
True.
Yeah.
Nothing on the news but the blues. It's we live in a very I feel like I'm in like what is it?
You keep on saying this every week.
Simulation, yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It does feel weird.
Yeah.
We need to stop listening to the hood healer.
I know exactly. That too. 100%.
Because she's making me a bit making me think maybe I need to start buying the whole of Costco. Jesus.
True.
Just
know, FYI, guys, you can use water. You do not need toilet paper. You do not need hundreds and hundreds of toilet paper. You know what you guys should get? Get a bidet. Okay?
Get a bidet.
Get a bidet.
Yeah. Wash that ass.
Yes. Wash it. Wash it.
Nothing worse than scratchy booty.
Wash that booty.
Exactly. Anyway, keep your booties clean. Have a great week, guys.
Yes.
My name is D.
I am Lish.
And this has been
Allow It. Bye.